You know, this is my stall and you're in my anxiety. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not lost on me that when LisaMatthewsPRSAHallofFame was inducted as the most recent president of this national press club, she was introduced and lauded by luminaries, including Dan Rather, Katie Couric, Lester Holt, and we can now add to this illustrious list tonight, me. Who elected? Judy Duran, the MOHOPR, the maid of honor of public relations for this event. But my alias is Courtney Cox, because just as Courtney was plucked out of the sea of concert goers to have a dance with the boss, Bruce Springsteen, in the Dancing in the Dark video. I'm from Boston, I just said dark. I usually say dark. Lisa Matthews plucked me out of the abyss of media pictures 20 years ago when I moved to DC, go back Boston accent, sorry Lisa, and she decided to show me how. You can't start a fire, join me, you can't start a fire without a really spark. This gun's for even if you're just dancing or pitching in the dark.
That's right.
You see, Lisa is the boss, and she tells us, media relations people, what she needs from our pitches. And PR professionals love her for it.
Yeah.
Because she is largely alone, unfortunately. You all media people in here? I'm watching you. She is largely alone in her selfless process, in this Christian-like service she gives to us. And 20 years later, I have the honor of being graduated from being a constant pitcher of Lisa Matthews to being a committed friend, and that is not an overstatement. So as she historically becomes the first ever working journalist inducted into the Capital Chapter Public Relations Society of America National Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Lisa Nicole Matthews of the Associated Press. Okay, so can I just tell you that I love you, Judy. Judy is a really good friend, and she has been pitching me for years, and I absolutely love her. And part of the reason why I asked her to introduce me is because, hey, Eileen, she pitched me so well when I was on the All-News radio desk working at AP. And I put her on the map a little bit and bragged about her. So thank you again, Judy. Thank you for coming out to support the sister. So I want everybody to know that I literally replied to the email that informed me that I won this award, so I could let NCC PRSA know that they accidentally sent me an email that clearly was meant for someone else. And then I was told by Robert that this was no mistake, and there was a specific reason why I was being inducted into this very prestigious body. I was told that although I am not a professional PR person now, look out, you don't know what the future holds. They decided to give this award to me, a journalist, because apparently I, little old chocolate Lisa, represents the relationship that PR people and media members should have. I couldn't believe it. I was really as honored that day, reading the email and going back and forth with Robert that day as I am right now. And I'm especially proud because I'm being honored for basically just doing what I think makes the most sense in our business. During my time at AP, I've been pitched by hundreds, maybe thousands of PR professionals, and I've naturally formed relationships, even friendships, with many of you and others. Unfortunately, I cannot say that this is the norm for colleagues in my business, and for that I apologize. But I do challenge my media colleagues to consider working with quality PR professionals like everyone in here when they encounter them. PR professionals can lighten the weight of the jobs of our journalists with their insights, or they're often able to give a different perspective or a trend on a story idea. I had the rare opportunity to step away from journalism for a brief time when I joined Hager Sharp as vice president. I quickly understood that PR firms and newsrooms, hear me now, have a lot in common. Both are seeking to inform the public in concise and creative ways. And that's not in the form of a commercial. It's a real story about real people. People that each one of you can bring to the story. I never set out to make history. But over the past few years, it just keeps happening. So, in 2021, I became only the third person of color and the first disabled journalist to lead this prestigious venue that is the National Press Club. And while I was president, I implemented the first of its kind Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion initiative that grants 1 year free membership to communication graduates from historically black colleges and universities, while leading the first ever And yeah, I didn't do it by myself. I had a fantastic board. And speaking of which, I was leading the first ever all-woman leadership team in club history. I am so humbled and happy to be named a Hall of Fame inductee by this organization that I support and that supports the work that I do daily, and to make history again as the very first working journalist to be inducted into the National Capital Chapter PRSA Hall of Fame. And in the spirit of this Hall of Fame honor, I promise to continue collaborating with PR pros and encouraging my news colleagues to do the same. And finally, I want to thank God, who is always opening doors for me, and my mom, who could not be here tonight because she is recovering from COVID. Yeah, it kind of sucks, right? She's always supported me in the work that I do, wherever I've done it, however I've done it. And this award is nearly making me tear up, but making me smile. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart.